Hey guys, this is Gaijin Hunter. They just showed off some amazing footage of the Rotten Vale on Capcom TV, so I wanted to show it for those of you who missed it and didn't want to sift through the entire Japanese show to find the footage. Now I am going to talk over some of all this. If you want to hear it uncut without any of my audio, go to the official Capcom channel. I'll leave a link for the description down below and find it. It is pretty sweet. Now we saw a lot of really cool stuff. Now obviously if you were watching the Paris Games footage, maybe you've seen some of this. But right now they're showing off the Rotten Vale and explaining that it's located directly underneath and, and there goes Radoban going straight past him at the beginning of the quest. I love it. They're just explaining it's located directly beneath the Coral Highlands. And this is where a lot of the life will drop dead here, and then these monsters will collect and eat the bones of those fallen monsters. I really love the showcase that they have here, the sword and shield. There's a lot of cool new moves and combos, and you can definitely see a lot of that at work here, especially when he's trying to mount the monsters. It's very cool. So here they were just trying to show off that the Radoban has a lot of bones on its body, and it even has those nice, awesome Diablos horns on the side of its body. Now, does that mean that the Diablos is actually going to appear in the Coral Highlands? I don't know, but that gets me thinking because they talk so much about the ecosystem and how it's located right below that area. So, hey, it could be possible, maybe not. Here we can see he's trying to use the environment to his advantage. We have this sort of sunken tree here with sort of like vines and webbing. So I think he's trying to use that so he can trap the monster and get off some hits. Just the poor cat just went flying. If you back up and watch that again, it's really hilarious. There he goes. So he's managed to get the monster trapped in here for some extra hits. Now I'm not sure. I think they're playing with the PlayStation 4 Pro, but I'm not sure. But the game is running really good. They did mention at the very end of this program that they're in their final QA phase, and they said that they're really confident the game is going to be great because they said a lot of the QA testers are still playing the game on their lunch break, even though they're paid to do it from morning till night. They just don't want to put it down. So that's a really, really good sign because trust me, QA, man, that is the unsung heroes of game development. That's tough work. See him here chewing off a steak. See if he gets hit. He managed to survive it. It's so great. This monster moves a lot like Uragan, you know, for those of you in the series who know that monster. So I'm very interested to find out what makes this monster even more different than that one. Okay, there he is with the heal. I think he used his cat to summon one of those heal bugs. Now, of course, they're using a special build for demoing, so here we go. So they've managed to poison it. I'm not sure if they used an item or not. But they're showing off how the poison now foams from the mouth, which is really cool because before just having those little bubbles above the head wasn't very realistic. But now that we can actually see it coming out of their mouth, it definitely feels a lot better too. And you can see the damage numbers, which is really nice. That is such a cool move. It's like spins around like the teacups at Disneyland or something. It's crazy. Watch the slide they're going to do here. I think they're going to run away and check out the area. It looks so good. And here he is, the flesh dog, the Odagaron. So what they were trying to do is wait, because this thing likes to scavenge around the Rotten Vale and look for both dead bodies and just prey that it can go on. So they knew that if they kept the Radoban busy for a while, that the Odagaron would eventually show up, and sure enough, it did. I'm going to shut up for a minute so we can see who wins this skirmish. As long as it's not Paolomo, it's okay. Doggy wins, man. Ripping his face off. Oh, that's so great. It's a good chance to get some damage on that chin because if you notice, he did rip the bones off of the chin. I think they were joking on the stream that he managed to break the part for the hunter. I'm kind of curious, if a monster breaks the part for you, do you get the rewards or not? I would assume so. Oh man, just look at this doggy. He's so cool. I definitely think that that guy is going to be one of the more favorite hunts of this game. So at this point, they wanted to show off a little bit more of the Vale, so he's going to eventually put on the Challenger mantle. The mantles, for those of you who are way behind, are kind of like items that you can put on and they last for a certain duration and then they cool down. You can use them again. Here he goes. And this scene has a lot of chattering, so it actually taunts the monster and gets it to follow you. This is really good for luring it into other areas where there's other monsters. Woohoo! Look at that slide. And there's a whole bunch of different manuals, so this is really cool. It definitely diversifies your gameplay beyond just your weapon and your items. So now you see they've lured him down into a lower part of the Vale where there's that gas. And that miasmic gas will definitely hurt the hunter, as well as infect what would normally be quite docile monsters. So we'll see a lot of monsters go a little crazy around here. They did show that you can use these fire nuts from your slinger to dissipate the gas, which is good because that'll cure you from the status ailment and also make it just a little bit more visible so you can fight. And Doggy doesn't want to give up. Yeah, so they're trying to show off these small monsters up here, which are actually quite docile from the Coral Highlands, but down here when they get infected, they get kind of aggressive. I definitely like it. It's like an organic version of the frenzy, but it makes a lot of sense, right? I mean, if you have this gas inside of you and your vision is limited, you know, the animal would get more aggressive. So they're going to go ahead and lure it down even more. Phew! That sliding is so cool. And here we go. We have a pit now with the Gyros. And of course their pack leader, the Great Gyros. Now this I thought was really interesting because I thought Aldebaran was going to rip this thing apart. But watch these two get at it. Yeah, so they're trading blows pretty good, but the Gyros is doing pretty good. It's not, you know, completely losing like the Radoban did, which was slow obviously compared to this thing. But this thing's got its pack animals. Look at them all go at it, and they're trying to paralyze it, and there it goes. The Great Gyros has managed to paralyze the monster. And of course, you know, the hunter, you're just getting in the way of nature, man. These things are going at it. So stand back, watch out. You can notice he's doing this like sort of special attack move where he can do a jump. And what he's trying to do is get the mount, because I wanted to show what it's like to mount the flesh dog. And they just actually unlocked a trophy. So this does prove that they're playing it at least a PlayStation build. Which is pretty neat, and it's not just all on PC and emulated. Where the Palico that he had managed to negotiate with the Gyros and have them help out during the hunt. So now you've got the small monsters all helping out here, and they're jumping at the Oragaron and trying to paralyze him. And you notice that the cat is now riding one as well. Seriously, this footage is really interesting. I definitely think it's worth going back just to watch it. And now we can see that they have the Grimalkins. I don't know how to pronounce their name. The Tetoru in Japanese. They're slightly the wild cat-like creatures. And the cats are negotiating now with those guys to help out. There we go. He got the mount. Boom. Knocked out, but uses the slinger to get back on. He gets knocked out because these Grimalkins, or whatever you pronounce them, have managed now to help out. And look at them go. They are just totally taking this beast down. It's cool. I just love the idea that you can use the environment like this. And these little creatures are so cute. But they did ruin the mount. Man, those Gyros are just lunging at him. They just will not give up. Yeah, tail cut. So we get see our first tail cut of this monster, which is cool. I really wish they would have carved it, but you know, it's live TV. You know they're trying to avoid showing off too much. So here they're going over to the edge. You can see that there's other ones of these creatures that they want to get help from. So they're going to go over here and negotiate and get their help as well. Just watch the animations of these things. Now watch when he goes into the water here. They all jump on these little rafts of like leaves and stuff. It is the most adorable thing I've seen. That is so great. This is why I love Monster Hunter. You know, you get a very realistic, very gritty, very action intense game, and then you have these cats and funny stuff going on at the same time. So at this point, they ran into a fallen Legiana, and the Odogaron, of course, feeds on dead bodies, and is now grabbed it by the neck. Is going to rip it back into its lair. This is something that we see in the trailer and the screenshots, but they never really got to show off during gameplay. They said that it just happens randomly, like a dead Legiana will fall from the sky somewhere in this map, so it's not always predetermined. Now, I think they mentioned somewhere that you can actually get a carve out of that monster. I can't remember if that's really true or not, or if I misread it, but if it's true, that could be kind of neat as well. And now they just wanted to show off one final area. That looked like a Banabra, which is giving me trauma. I hope it's not. Which is the sort of like sulfuric pools down below. I do like to see how they're suspiciously not showing off certain areas here, because it makes me think there may be other monsters lurking around. But if anything, it does give us an idea that this is a really large map. Here we go. This place looks gorgeous. Now, keep a look at the hunter's health and stamina, just that area on the upper left, because he's going to go in there, he's going to be joking around saying, "It's a sauna!" But look at the health just go down, down, down. Yeah, that is not water. You should not be in there. But you can use the vegetation if you get in a fight down here. You can use, he's going to show it here. You can use the vegetation, and it's got sort of like curing properties, which can help heal you back up in case you do get infected by it. There we go. So that was that. So what did you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below what you thought was the coolest thing. Let me know if I missed something or I didn't catch something. And also just a quick reminder on PlayStation Network, if you are a PlayStation Plus owner, you will be able to play the free 3-day demo of Monster Hunter World on the machine. They did announce today that it's going to be late night December 9th in the West, which is the same time in Japan. It's going to be December 10th early morning. So it's going to be a simultaneous thing for global, and they did confirm that the training area is actually going to be in the demo as well. And they even said that if you clear the quest, which aren't so hard, I think they said they just want people to be able to play and have a good time. There are some small items that you can get that you can carry over into the actual game, which is a nice bonus, but it doesn't sound like anything broken or huge. So I wouldn't fret if you're an Xbox owner. I think it's just a small bonus to, you know, play up the PlayStation thing. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, happy hunting.